Waiting, it's never easy, especially when you know your life could be so much better if your hopes and dreams finally became reality. The hardest part, the silence. The moments when nothing seems to change and the waiting feels endless. Sometimes, the longer you wait, the harder it gets, the more desperate you become. You wonder, will it ever happen? This was the struggle of Sarah. For years, she held on to the promise God made to her and her husband Abraham, a promise that they would have children. But as the years passed and her body showed no sign of pregnancy, doubts began to creep in. Why is God taking so long? Sarah must have asked herself, what if I'm not the one to bear the promised child? Frustration built up and she decided to take matters into her own hands. Her impatience led her to make a decision that would change the course of history. Sarah's action, her choice to force the promise, not only affected her household but shaped the world for generations to come. The descendants of her servants, Agar, and our own bloodline would go on to struggle in conflict, a battle that continues to this day between the descendants of Abraham's son, the Arabs and Jews. But here is the thing, even when it felt like God was silent, He has a plan, a bigger, more perfect plan. Sarah didn't have to rush. The promise was always there, God's timing was always right. And in the fullness of time, Sarah did become a mother, not to just any child, but to Isaac, the child who would carry on the promise. This was the fulfillment of God's word. His plan was worth waiting for. Just like God had a plan for Sarah, He has one for you too. A plan to bring you joy, fulfillment, and a future where you thrive. You may be waiting for your Isaac, and your Isaac may be that job, that right person, your dreams to come true. The world tells you to rush, to take shortcuts, to force things into your timeline. But here is the truth, God's plan are worth waiting for. Someone once said something that when the devil is giving you shortcuts, he is trying to cut something short. And I can tell you that what the devil is trying to cut short is God's promise for you. You see, sometimes the best things in life require patience. God's timing isn't late. Even when it feels like it, His perfect will, His beautiful design for your life is far better than anything you could ever force. Waiting can be hard, yes, but the peace and joy that come from knowing God's promises will never fail are worth it. So, no matter what you are waiting for, whether it's love, your dreams, or something you hold deep in your heart, trust that God is faithful. He keeps His promises, even if you have to wait a little longer than you expected. And yeah, it's Valentine's Day. And remember, on this Valentine's Day, there are promises worth waiting for, and God's love for you is one of them. So keep holding on to Him, it will surely come true. I love you. Bye.